Hi, everybody. I am Fernando Hamasaki de Amorim. Sorry. Okay. I develop web applications for 15 years, and I write Ruby code since 2009. And I work at LocalWeb, the biggest hosting company in Brazil. So let's see the code. WOP. Who knows WOP? Who knows WOP? Who knows workaround-oriented programming? Who already used WOP? Okay. Who still uses WOP? So a definition is an advanced technique of software development that use of any kind of workaround, patch, and all of evil a code can have. It is based on code duplication, redundant flows, unnecessary tasks, and we use reinvention. Our code I will show you here is a real code, okay? The code examples were written by experienced programmers, not by beginners, okay? A first example, masking credit card numbers. This is our spec test. We have a mask credit card method that receives a credit card number and returns only the visible last 4 digits. So, a possible and simple implementation. We extract the last 4 digits and join with asterisks in the beginning. So, the WOP implementation iterates in number string and replaces each number position by asterisks until the last 4 digits. It's a real code. It works, but not so much. Let's add another test to check the original number variable. And failed, of course. The value of the number parameter was changed inside the method. Take a look again. Next, unclear flow. Here we have a Rails controller. I don't talk about Rails issues, just an example, okay? I will talk about Ruby. We have a Rails controller with an action to create domains. We found a site by name and check if site is found. With blank, site variable is not a string, but it works, okay. If site is not found, we set error message and redirect. We need to exit from create method because redirect keeps in the method. So redirect and return. But we have a return statement followed by a else statement. If I return, I don't reach else condition. So if site is found, we build a domain and save it. Save if success, set message, redirects, and returns. Again, return with else. If you don't save, set error message, redirects, and return. The big problem here is the success path inside a if, inside a else. It's not clear and readable. How to fix it? Well, we discard all errors paths and put the success path at the end of the method. Unless site, unless domain save, and success path at the end. So much more clear. Next, no Ruby way. I think you can see this code very well, so I will show you this class in pieces. First, we have a constructor receiving a hash parameter where email and token keys are required. Check if exists and raises argument error if not. Moreover, options instance variable is used for many methods. The best approach to require values in a hash is using fetch method. If a value is not present, a key error will be raised. And we create attribute headers for each instance variable and use them. We have many methods using options variable values. A possible refactor is to create these methods dynamically. In this case, using define method. There are another approaches. And finally, to avoid these predicate methods with is prefix. So we are not writing Java code, okay? And this class became this class. Name issues. This is really good. It's fun, too. Another class to view in parts, a big class. So, import method has 3 parameters, and import bank method without parameters. Well, you say import bank method is a dangerous version of import method. But not really. The import bank method implementation is completely different of import method. In fact, it is not a dangerous method, it's a dangerous code. Let's use a better name here. Import from text widget. Next part. This is confusion to explain to. Create image widget methods and create widget image method. Did you see the difference? Create image widget and create widget image. I had to implement another feature in this class. I found this. So Ruby does not support method overloading. But is it this case method overload? And do you can see the comments in the yellow background? Take a look in the commentary above create widget image method. The comments. Create image widget to text widget. Well, I ask, to myself, why not put a correct name instead of write a commentary explaining the methods? Let's rename the method. Create image widget to text widget. Simple. Next, object-oriented issues. I will skip this part for now because I'm worried about the time. I had a lot of slides. So if possible, I come back in this part at the end, okay? Let's see. No. Here. The worst class. This is domain checker class. Did you understand it? Me neither. So background about the business scenario, about the logic. The business scenario here is a user setting a domain for his site in an application. I can talk what is this application. So in setting a domain for his site, he fills domain name in a text input and click on the check button to verify if the domain is available and or possible to use it on his site. So a domain verification. Domain checker class does this domain verification. This is the public interface, the public methods of this class. So let's view the code of this class to find its problems in parts. First, a constructor with a hash parameter. But I only use one key of the hash. Why a hash parameter? Really, I don't know the answers about this. Second, pay attention in the yellow background, not here, okay, for now. Check new method. A method only calls another method without parameters. So, I don't know why. True. Next, this class uses memoist gen to memorize methods, but it's not a problem. Not a problem to use memoist. The problem is an indiscriminate use of memorize. Take a look how many methods are memoized. Status method, it's a public method. The private method is DNS adapter, domain checker results, get token, external check, internal check, forbidden domain. So all this I didn't count. Let's Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 methods. So in a first refactoring of this class, we tried to remove all memoirs. The class broke. Simple that, broke. You have to put again the memoirs. Moving on. How many ifs do you can see here? A lot of ifs. A if inside a if, else if, else. A lot of ifs. What about this? Yeah, like a graph, the graph of ifs. And let's see closer this method, available domain by user. This method is this one. This is the entire code of the method. Let's see in parts. Available domain by user. A big problem here is the return value is a hash. But this hash is used directly by the view who uses this class. So this class is a business logic class, but is coupled to the view directly because his returned is a dependence of the view. And this line we have current domain dot site dot account dot users dot include user rescue false. So something is wrong here because rescue false. If everything is wrong, false in my condition, inside a condition. So moving on, the method here, more ifs, with a lot of returns, okay? The same case in the another class, return with else. And here, we have a lot of conditions using domain checker result variable value. Domain checker result is a hash, but you can see here, but this variable is not assigned inside this method. So here, where is this variable was assigned? Domain checker result, this hash. In fact, domain checker result is a method, a memoized method. And these methods, pay attention, these methods creates a new instance of domain checker class. An instance method that creates a new instance of itself. Why? Really, I don't know the answer. Really, I didn't want I don't want to expose the people. I asked the guy who wrote this. He didn't know why. Really, really. And moving on, another method is calling an API and parsing the response. So the URL, the endpoint of the API, using JSON to parse, and 3 rescues, and rescue with return the hash. So more dependence because of the HTTP calls. And the method with HTTP call using, in this case, a REST client. So we have this dependence. And checking existing method. This method is called by check new method. It's hard to understand the logic here. Let's see if external check, internal check. These checks, just to give you a background, is a domain. I need to check, for example, if he is available for registration, and if he is available inside the company systems. So external, outside the company, internal, API inside the company. So take a look. Take it easy and take a look. Return external check if external check error equals generic. External check returned, external check if external check error equals invalid domain. And external check error equals unsupported TLD. Return external check if external check available. But if external check there is an error, I return external check. But external check available, I return external check too. This doesn't make sense. And return external check if internal check available. Did you see the mistake here? I returned the same result if I have an error available in external check, available in internal check. And finally, I return internal check if not I attend on these conditions. It's very complicated to understand when you go to make another implementation here. How do you understand that? And so the external and internal checks methods that do a HTTP call to APIs. And more dependence using domain check result. The method was create another instance of itself. And finally, getToken is private method that not is called for nobody. Just a method, a private method that not used in the class. So sum up the problems of this class, domain checker class. Long class, constructor with hash parameter, but only use one key of the hash. Method implementation that only call private method without parameters. Memorize dependence. And memorize methods used like variables is you are using methods thinking is a variable. A lot of ifs with else, with if, with else, and go on. It's hard to explain. Code hard to understand, the example of internal external checks. Unused private methods. Instance method creates another instance of itself. I think it's the worst. Yeah. And many responsibilities. Validate domain format, validate domain logic, format return to using view, do a HTTP request, parse HTTP responses. So, this class, domain checker class, introduce new patterns and principles for WP. White-only code. White, no one can read. Neither the authors. Closed principle. Closed for modification, more closed for extension. And inception pattern, where, sorry. Where, sorry. Sorry. Where an instance of a class creates a new instance of itself and aggregates the new instance state for your state. So merge the state, I don't know. Probably this is the worst Ruby class I have seen in my life. And how did you fix it? So, we learned the business logic about domain and threw away the old code, just that. We didn't refactor the old code. We wrote a new class from scratch, separating view management and validation and responsibilities. A lot of ifs, to a lot of checks became policies. So this way you can do extension to create another feature, another policy, another logic in this domain scenario. So why is WP applied. The main cause is lack of knowledge. Immaturity in software development, no collaborative environments, no coaching, tight deadlines. Why simplify if you can complicate it? To use cool things because they are cool, mainly gens, cool gens, even if they are not a solution. And some mysteries of the human mind. How to avoid? Read a lot. Ruby. But do not learn only Ruby. We are software developers, not only Ruby coders. Use code review. Have a minimal flow of pull request and code review before merge the commits. Read code from other programmers. What code yourself can read in the future. Participate of open source projects, contributing, discussing, reading. Do coaching of less experienced developers. Really, teaching is a good way to learn it too. When I was teaching, you are learning too. Do not write code for you. Write code for the application. Write code for the team. Exchange experience. Ask. Always ask. No problem to ask. Using pair programming. Learning for your mistakes and others. So have a mistake and no problem. You learn it with this mistake, you learn it with the mistake about your teammate. No problem about this. Everybody makes mistakes. Face bad code as an opportunity to get better. Do not face bad code with complaints or making fun of the authors. Really, some codes are funny, but okay. But think about the person, the difficulties of the guy who made this bad code. Because this funny code causes waste of time, resources, and money. That is not so good. That is not funny. Instead, show the authors of bad code the right way. Show them the Ruby way. Thank you.
どうもありがとうございました。質問時間がありますか？ありませんので、また後で聞きたいことがあります。ぜひ聞いてください。So we're at the end of the time. So I told them to ask questions later in the hallway.
Okay. Can I say some little words?
Little words? Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'd like to say thank you for opportunity to stay here. Thank you for opportunity to know Japan, to know this amazing country, these amazing people. Thank you for staff. Thank you for Kengo, Hamasaki to help me in this application. And